Thank you for tuning in with the Enchantress. That is me, the Babble. That is me on this revolutionary rise of the universe that is happening right now at this time. This is me being soft-spoken. Bear with me. There's people sleeping. So, strength. If you are here, strong you are. Indeed. What is it that we are being asked to have patience for? And why? Is it because we still don't get it? What's not to get when you think you know what you want, right? Only to sit there and pout and scratch your ass and wonder, what is it that I want? Transformation. I have been saying since before the age of 10, because that's when my mama left, my friends. I was 9. I had a dream too. She said goodbye. And so I have been saying for a very long time that I had died a gruesome death 1,000,000 times in one single sitting of a day. What can I say? It'd be like that sometimes, right? Where it's like after one tsunami of a what? Right? It's just like, okay, next up to bat, spitting facts about something that needs to be revealed into our psyche. We wish fulfillment, being in our power house, empowered I am, unified I stand, in my truth, command, healthy I am, sound, awake, consciousness, I bake, awake, and eat. Okay, that's just more of my energy being shared. Tremendous, these revelations that we receive when we handle with care, when we go in there. When we go in there and peer inside and really look, really absorb, really see visions deep into the night. For out of the darkness emerges light, gifting sight. But you have to go in so deep. No more externalizing everything. Perceptions are up to me, we, you. To know thyself is truth. To rise, anyways, no matter what the world has to say. It's rather difficult to stay focused on one's own alignment when there's so many distractions being sent your way. But the energy of justice, I swear I keep saying this in all my periodic videos that I post, the conscious gem that listens to that person to you, the one that sits and surrenders to the channel that is I, that is not, right? The energies of justice, seeing clearly. Alchemy. What is the alchemy behind every creation? This is where we get karmic revolution. It's the root matter of every sensation, of every vibration, of every frequency that you are. Let's begin in your kitchen. You could say anything. But what are you vibrating? Okay? Yeah, it's that level of grounding and owning and accountability. Strong energies and just opposition being felt. And repeat that. Opposition being felt. It's an energy already created, for it exists, right? So this is where you'll get the psychedelic effect of psychosis for so many in regards to the channelings or the mediumships or the psychoanalysis when they receive it through the Western therapy of what could be perceived as spirituality, amongst other things, where someone goes to see a therapist and tells them what they see, and wow, hallucinating shit. That can be. And so here, take this remedy that will keep you in this infinity. I can hear it in my head, but I can't say it in my mouth. New birth of your star, of your star craft, of your spaceship, of your vessel, of your cellular molecular constructed entire being. Constructed, right? Huh? Molecular, cellular molecular structure. Invigorating. Part of my purpose and what I know that I do is if you're in my presence, expect to feel better than what you have been feeling. And even if you were feeling great, that's wonderful. We contribute in this kind of way. But anticipate the crescendo of this amplification in frequency and vibration that is just pulsating into the ethers. And it feels good, yeah. Even when I'm melancholic, seems like it still cheers people up. Yeah, okay. I won't necessarily call it melancholic anymore because I just got an instant download revelation that just took me on another frequency vibration that has aligned me with the belief system instilled in me about knock and the door shall open. Ask and ye shall receive. Powerful meditations for you to explore. Knock. Let's live symbolic here. Knock and the door shall open. So imagine you don't knock. And guess what? The door has a 50-50 chance of opening. No more of a chance of it not opening because your ass didn't knock. Right? Right. But it can open by some freak chance, universal command. It comes in and opens the door anyways. You leave it to chance. That's it. Gambling. That's it. Lacking thereof in accountability, self-accountability. It's a cop-out. Do not push yourself to your limit to see yourself rise in all your whatever this is. There's no such thing as perfect, and there is no such thing as forever, but there is something as grand as forever. The paradox, the sun giving rise to your own soul, coming out and allowing yourself to shine, because it's your time. In whatever atmosphere, stratosphere, hemisphere, dimension, reality, you find yourself in, that place, that space, all yours, incubate. You are divinely guided, protected, and actively pursuing your evolution by surrendering to the journey of this experience. And if you're not, and you're here and you're listening to me say this, for it's a seed that shall breed alchemy that satisfies me. So motivi? Sure. A lot of the shit going on. I'm just making sure everything is upright before I start my shuffling process. I have come to terms with my own relationship with all my own form cards and tarot cards. Sometimes it's different. It doesn't mean it's always going to be that way because I've already changed it 1,000 times. I've been reading cards for a very long time, and sometimes they change. Everything evolves, even if it repeats. Speaking of repeat. Speaking of repeat, masculine energy. I don't get into gender specifics, alright? So you don't really need to, but resonate, let go what does not. Enjoy the healing vibrations and frequencies and sensations. Enjoy the inner attainment of elevation that is this alchemy. The masculine energy see spiders. I don't even know if it's a spider, but it's an emblem of something there. Really, that fire rises, so like I see fire. It's like swords, even though swords is air. I'm going to the signs there. If you want to change Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, kind of energy, every sign quality. Page of Prince. Prince in this tower. Is that like the page? Is that the knight? This seems like he's dreaming of something, or has clarity on some kind of revelation of the truth, because sword is mental plane, coming to some terms with something that may have not been clear, because right, we have the page goes to the knight, maybe it's the prince. I don't know. We're gonna see, because I think this Prince of Swords is my cosmic tarot. I haven't used these in a while, but they were speaking to me today, so that's how that works. A lot of people ask, how do you connect with the cards and stuff? Listen. A young man with a sword and a book. Brave, fast, foreseeing, agile, inventive, clever, courageous, and loyal friend. Belligerent, daring, destructive, conceited. And this is the shadow side, and the flip side. Loyal friend. Maybe you were wondering about a friend. And it may not apply to all, but maybe to some. A loyal friend indeed. That makes fair too. It's concealing. Someone that feels good about themselves and actively shows it, embodies it, energizes it. It's that really conceit. Why do we have to knock down those that feel good about themselves and call it conceitedness? In this channel, we don't think like that, feel like that, vibe like that, align like that, look at things like that, operate like that. We don't be corny like that. And forever showing love to massive amounts of people on the regular. Okay? The days that I don't versus the days that I do, I'm not gonna sit here and beat myself up too for not being 100% complete every single time I meet or speak, that I'm gonna be on some jolly, hyper kind of thing. What kind of illusion do you think that seeds or breeds, or who you think I'm trying to make believe? I fight with spirit to not be on camera. I'm like, did I look to right? And I was typing. But I look to right, lefty. And keep looking in. We gotta go in for our wins. The Empress. Right. Throne is our girdle. Maybe it just rhymed. I'm going to read now from the Cosmic Tarot, right? Now that I read it from the other, now I'm going to know what they all say. The Empress. A beautiful one with a crown of stars amidst a fertile landscape. Feminine wisdom, feminine power, sensuality, beauty, culture, abundance. Flip side to that, boredom, authority, temptation through earthly things. She came up upright. A beautiful woman with a crown of stars amidst a fertile landscape. She got sass amidst the dark. Look at her. She's like, yeah, alright, I'm fertile. I'm the Empress. No. Now what? No. 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 Surrender to law. Some kind of conditioned into our indoctrinated system path of the spirituality of surrendering to this highest thing, and play devil's advocate to everything because it allows me to get into the paradigm shift of an uplift, of a hang, glide, and cliff dive into the unknown side of something so that you can freely stand in your solidified alignment of truth, of understanding anything, any position that you feel the need to choose or do choose or have to, or something that you are letting go of control, whether it be in the mindset of relationships and how they are formed and how they play out, courting, raising your children, operating your own life, business, like what non-conventional way is the way when there's a lot of unknown to certain things that we have to let go of, surrender to the unknown on some new that is breeding, seeding, blossoming. Like, I don't know, like, it's dealing with the parts of yourselves that is still, no matter how grateful you can be, no matter how aligned, enlightened, empowered, and godly, and whatever it is that you want to pencil yourself in as, no matter where you fall under in your stand, there's still parts of this condition or part of you not satisfied that needs to be addressed because it's one of the cracks. Evil morphos that are perceptive or intuit or just on that fuckery bullshit, right? That can see through your insecurity, your foundation that has a crack in it. And they ammo themselves up, they You get all the ammo they need behind the shades of invisible lines of obsessiveness that they have towards you, that they hide. This is a channeling, guys. The people that may not be so nice or wishing you the best, right? They get in through cracks. So a crack is being addressed right now and being really, really, really real. So the part of you that is really, really real, that's still not satisfied but accepting because you're grateful, because you know that your abundance is here, the lines is full, or whatever. Like, this could be anything. This could be, you have everything except like, because the Empress, does she have her Emperor? Or the Empress is typically displayed as being pregnant, right? Do you have your children yet? Or the Empress abundant in life, you have everything that you need, but there's still something that hasn't quite popped off yet. Or you're still searching, and it's still like this insatiable like feel, or maybe you haven't reached a certain plateau or something that you feel all deserving of, and know it's your time, and maybe it's still not in the light that you imagine it to be, whatever the case may be. The seed that your highest of selves that knows better and does better and acts in alignment with that part. Still, there's a seed of a taint of a dissatisfied empress energy. It's still like waiting on something. And although will not complain because you're in that empress energy. And temperancing it out and surrendering to the greater cause of all, the wholeness of it all. The crack needs to be addressed so that the crack is no longer a crack. And these whack damn attacks completely can be null and void because there'll be no crack in the foundation of the system. As long as there's cracks, the mofos can creep in. So dealing with fears, insecurities, and all that kind of stuff, it's best to heal through those feelings so you can deal, so that when shit gets real, it's just a holy field. And your stance is authentic and real. And you're like, try me. And then that, a million deaths before this one. And I shall rise. I'm already. Either way, you know, that hangman stick. A young man hangs with one foot from the branch of a tree. His hands are folded as a symbol of inner concentration. Focus. 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 Overcoming obstacles through devotion to your own maybe evolution, growth, contribution. whatever sparks your fancy. Change is a more widened consciousness, insight through sacrifice. Okay? Sacrifice of what? Because the Empress needs to sacrifice. The Empress energy, remember, we each have divine masculine energies within us and divine feminine energies within us. I don't go into gender specifics, but I am part of this 3D perceived reality of communication that has been taught to us, right, over time, and this is my communication, being expressive and articulating these interpretations that you intuitively receive. So, if you're here, it's because something is here for you too. Feel that? Please let the surrounding to understand. What you want? What's the interest want? What does you want? I will change those words to not just always dealing with shit. And the Empress want, got everything I want. I'll do what I want. Get higher. Abundant as I. Okay. Tasty. Sweet. Everything in between. Okay. I make my surrender state. Holy, pure, born again virgin. Purify my kingdom. What you want? She wants the Game of Pentacles, huh? Who's on Hermit mode, tapping into his own feminine energies as well. Okay. Alright. Yeah. The Empress wanting this king. Mostly energies, right? Who's in Hermit mode, right? In reflection in regards to the divine feminine within him, or whatever. Take it as it resonates. This could be a female energy, a female person, like me, for example. I can say, I am an Empress, right? Who exudes a lot of masculine energy, right? So I can be this King of Pentacles too, in my Hermit mode, right? And reflecting right now in regards to my own love type feelings and cup of love that I have to give it and receive it. Right? That's how I see it. I'm gonna go from here too. So, multi-dimensional meanings, receiving. What else? Okay. Let me read the Empress. Yeah. This friendly king is on his throne. In the background, there is a Capricorn on top of a rock. A capable business person, diligent, patient, talented in mathematics, wealthy, prudent, tender, greedy, stubborn, corrupt, too. That's on the reverse, so fine. So, King of Pentacles, energy. The friendly king, it's already on his throne. Right? Could be a Capricorn energy. We got Pentacles, so Pentacles is Earth energy. And remember, we are more than one sign, so I don't agree with from that either. But I do throw it out there because it does come up and it is informative and it is, a matter of discernment and what we take in for ourselves as resonance. And sometimes we have to discern between resonance and residence. Two different spellings, Residence, residence, which is a living space, right? Someone lives there. And what I mean by that is our conditioning, entity attachments, things that we do that are passed down to us, in other words. So residence, so sometimes we act out in residence to how we function and know things to do and be. Sometimes, people act in a way that they know no other way because that is the only way that they know. And they don't think past that because they've just conformed to the way and this is this, that, and that's it. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. We're not here to pass judgment. Okay? There's enough of that going on in this world. And if you want to pass judgment, you can sit on a cactus and think about that. Please. And how you didn't have to sit on the cactus to experience the purpose. Right. Right. So, what was I saying? Right, so you have the Princess of Cups and the Prince of Wands and his passion. So, right, so you have this energy, right, taking a time out, which is healthy. Stop rushing shit. I'm not rushing. Russin. I love my Russian. They're a very dear, good friend. It's adorable. It's Russian. Anyway, yeah, so allow for this evolution and courtship to take place. Whatever that means. Clearly, it's a slow energy pace because it's King of Pentacles, earthly, tangible reality, and the Knight of Pentacles takes forever. It's the longest, right? They say it's the night that takes the longest to get to any destination, right? So, but the most reliable, dependable, and reliable and dependable. Loyal. They allow for the growth to happen. It's so challenging to be so conscious and woke and spoke, right? That you can see so many different multitudes of layerings of reasons and meanings to things. And that too can be debilitating and toxic, because you then get into the mindset and psychosis of the same way someone that has been diagnosed with a psychological disorder such as, like I say, schizophrenia or something like that. Don't get me started with these diagnostics of misinformation. Given to so many unfortunate souls. I hear Ursula's song from like The Little Mermaid. Those poor unfortunate souls. Right? That believed everything that was force fed to them to believe, and became their diagnosis. But this video is not about that. So there's so many dimensions to this cosmic unification of healing that is transpiring at this alchemized time for you and I, activating now. There's a cosmic dance happening here between souls who are embarking on their soul journey of wholeness, vibrations, frequencies, activating. When you go to someone else's channel who's a healer or anything like that, where you get like codes and activations and subliminals and stuff, yes, you further enhance yourself by aligning and optimizing. It even applies to me. When I align and synchronistically stumble across other, like I said, healers and readers and seers and spiritualists and illusions, whatever titles you want to give it all. And we unite and connect, the evolution that occurs on everyone's end. Beautiful. Right? So you are not without, ever, ever. And when you come through and figure acting and really acting, it's only the supporting energies of alchemy and alignment and vibration frequency. It supports that energy that fuels you too. It's like love and hate. It's a choice. The energy already exists. Love has already existed prior to your exiting your mother's womb in this lifetime, or whatever perceived reality you wake up to. Hate already pre-existing. Upon exiting your mother's womb in this perceived reality you awaken to. You do not create joy, you do not create hate. Therefore, you participate in those energies in your own way. And it's a choice that you make. You take some notes down on your relevant down. It's that they get in through the cracks. And that is how they attack. So mindfulness living is your anchor, so strong, aligning yourself with the divine that reigns supreme. To understand yourself is to master this. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know. That's all. No. You are master of your own fate. Therefore, you always have time. When you are creating your time, you are creator, master, creator. Now is always your present. Your present is now your gift. Make sure you stay focused on your now, because it's creating whatever tomorrow. What energy are you investing yourself so much in that you know it's exactly what you want? Listen to your heart and experience your truth with bliss. Which brings me back to this King of Pentacles energy in his Hermit mode, right? That deep inner reflection in regards to love, his own couplet, the divine feminine energy tapping into, right? Or maybe these two water, fire energies, right? So you got Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio is Cancer, and Leo, Sag, Aries, right? Energies. Remember, we are more than one sign, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, freaking North Node, South Node, all of those. People resonate. Maybe two people who are the king and queens or the empress, just the embodiment of almost four queens into one, right? With this king energy. But in terms of love and uniting, unifying, joining forces, we come from two different elements, each in their hermit, going in for the light that is the truth and light. And it's something that the more juvenile with experiencing. And so it's like young love, right? Um, a hermit lives in the mountains. At his feet, a light and fire elemental. This is about seclusion, solitude, wisdom, cleverness, distance, discernment, self-control, discipline, awareness. Okay? Also alienation. Then you have the Princess of Cups. Then you have the Prince of Wands. A young man with a shield which reflects a lion. which is highlighting new moon and Leo energy to unload these messages. It's timeless, strong, righteous, noble, heroic, impulsive, friendly, proud, committed, romantic, judges with prejudice, great hair, fiery, passionate, noble, lonely, and here comes the Princess of Cups. A young woman with a lily holds her hand in her cup in a protective gesture, meaning sentimental, pensive, thoughtful, quiet, tender, romantic, kind, gentle, dreaming, sensitive. Maybe these two are not as sick. I don't say insecure. They're growing. There could be many different timelines of storylines that are emerging in this channel. That's why I say take it as an encyclopedia, it does not, because I can start off with one kind of storyline and look at a totally different one. Maybe it's the same one at a different time, space, span. Either way, there is a scenario to the evolution of something that is growing in terms of love and passion for a divine masculine, divine feminine energy, both energies, a unification happening within one whole being. The divine masculine and divine feminine energy unifying within you, mastering that too. I heard something else. You want to trust with faith and spirit, and yet you desire to receive support from people. And when you don't proceed to receive the support from people, you get into this funky energy that depletes you. Ciphering energy. This is the culprit. This is a thief to your peace and your own dissatisfaction. What dissatisfies you is like a kryptonite. It's your weakness being identified so that you can transmute the bullshit and deal with your fears about something that is uncomfortable for you. This could be good too. This could be, when all you've had in your life is shitty relationships, and then here comes finally, a great relationship, and here you are self-sabotaging just because you're accustomed to shitty relationships. Either way, going into that hermit mode, hanging around a state of surrender, reflection, introspection, allows for these energies that are existing within your own being to reveal something to you. It happens with seclusion. It happens when you alienate. It happens when you surrender. And it's willingly too. It's the hangman willingly surrenders. The hermit willingly goes into that camp to get on that kind of alignment. It's beautiful. energy existing within each and every one of us if we want to just individualize that. The masculine energy existing within me is learning to identify and clearly see the love particles existing in me so deep. The cup it, I drink it, I fill it. For me, I drink it, I give it, I receive it. I am putting down my pride. My ego is getting pushed to the side and identified. What I'm calling myself is lack, ego, something that causes me to self-sabotage by denying myself my truth. How often do you lie to yourself about the way that you feel, no matter the topic? Well, I'm not mad. What about me? I don't really care. I don't really care. When we said that, when we felt like that, when we did that, well, I said that. I don't feel like that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't get that. I don't want that. I don't need that. I hate her. I hate her. Oh, love sucks. Oh, marriage. It's a death sentence. Whose face one nowadays? Only the rich keep getting richer. Oh, the poor keep getting poorer. Oh, Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. White lives matter. Debunk police on it. I'm just gonna go in. You're being asked to address your cup that is in the emotional realms, that are your feelings, that are revealing justice. Your justice. Justice is here. In the masculine energy, like the Prince of Cups, evolves into the King of Cups, doing justice of his own honesty, of his own inner deep reflections, introspection, self-talk conversations, mirror reflections of hermit mode, surrendering into that hangman state of justice, evolution. The king is born. Oh, that's the title. The king is born. The king is born. Justice prevails. When the prince goes in for his win, the king is born. I did pull out the ancestral oracle of the Celts, and I pulled one card, read it from the deck, and end it here. That's what Affirmation is. The king is born. When he goes in from his room, fill the cup and love it, and drink it, and give it, and receive it. Okay. What message from our ancestors can we receive right now to take this key? It is not there. What ancestral oracle message can we receive to support this king in his reign, in his rise? Lady of Light, the Poetess. Just take us to a spot. Fish chains, full in the cat. Where is the light shining in your issue? Where is it most dark? What is lacking from your work? How can you restore it to your creative life? What is your ailment, condition, looking at? Follow its gaze to find its beginnings and solution. What action do we need to take now? What is the next stage of your relationship? How can you both move forward? This is a gift. I bestow the gifts of challenge. When you explore resources, you will always find solutions. The Lady of Light stands in the place of initiation. As the flowers blossom and the fruits begin to scent, rival suitors pursue her, but she alone chooses who will be her lover. The mysteries of life are not clearly or easily included. They gain by the measure of how we grow and change. She oversees initiations into the next stage of life, bringing us into a relationship with the gifts and talents that mature our skill, sometimes through challenges and questions that stretch our reach. Exemplifies the Lady of Light. She is the initiator of her son, Lord, on whom she places the most severe test, so that his remarkable abilities may find their true and destined place. He has to earn his own name, be given manly weapons by a sponsor, and find his own wife, who may not be of mortal race. Ariwa's abode in Kar City, the fairy fortress, is the initiatory tower that a poet tells him refines his poetic art. This is sun circle, southeast, growth, growing tall, quality initiation. The king of initiation into his new power, gifted through his earnings of rising to the occasion and being the very thing he knows himself he can be, if he allows himself to be. There's justice. And we have the princess. Yeah. Promises or conditions bind you, but you don't have to feel yourself cursed or unlucky. Maybe have some previous commitments and things like that that keep you down, or things that you feel like you feel obligated, or that kind of thing. Check your dreams and visions, we were just saying, okay? Stop believing all the bullshit you find yourself or the manipulation that others try to make you feel guilty of. The guilt you might be feeling might not necessarily be yours. It might be inflicted onto you by the fuckers or other people that don't want you to progress. They might be shaming you or making you feel that type of way so that you don't elevate in receiving it as if it's your own. Detach. Cut the cords where the cords need to be cut. What your ancestors did doesn't have to be the way you do them, okay? The way people from before you have done things is not your way. That's why it's different for you. That's why you are different. That's why you came here to pave a new way. Create your master creator. Touch the power of your aspirations and feel the motivation to go on. You are an inspiration. If you're waiting for the fated outcome that can make a victim of you, try teaching, try reaching into your own destiny and envisioning how it might change what currently seems unalterable. It's up to you to see through the illusion that has distorted your view and imprisoned you. It's self-imprisonment too, when you get trapped in some way that is not yours. Nor do you need to be bonded to any freaking thing that you have even bonded yourself to in your lack thereof of intelligence. Like, you can't fault me for the stuff I did when I was stupid. Sorry. When I didn't know better, I didn't do better. Now I know better and I'll do better. Sorry. You can't fault me for when I was stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was stupid. But guess what? I know now. And guess what? I can't be stupid anymore. I don't need to be like that and say like that. But it's the way it came out. And so that's it. Right? Wisdom. I give myself unreservedly in the service of love. The princess learns to appreciate power and its uses at an early age, for one day she would be given in dynastic marriage. She learns what gifts and responsibilities flow in her veins and is educated by her foster parents in the skills she will need when the time comes. As the mother of future rulers, she needs to find the resources to serve sovereignty. The omens before the Druid's birth set her aside as a woman destined to be queen from before her birth. However, instead of remaining in seclusion from her intended royal husband, Concobar of Ulster, she falls in love with young Naives, I don't know his names, whose hair is as black as the raven's wing, whose skin is as white as the snow, and whose lips are as red as the blood in the snow. With him, she chooses to go into exile in Alba, only to return to Ireland to her death. Give is the key word. Give to the surrender in this death cycle transformation that is happening now, breathing, okay? In service to love. Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in with I appreciate you in every kind of way. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to work one-on-one with me. You can go to enchantressbabbles.com and even subscribe for free. You know what I mean, Jelly Beans. You can also find me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, the one and only Enchantress, or Enchantress Be Better on Instagram too. That's my new one too. And my blog, my baby, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. Yeah, okay. Thanks so much for your time. It's time to elevate. Welcome, Kings. For how does it feel to have arrived?